Welcome everybody. Today we start our tour of the most beautiful country. It's Italy. State of Italy. The country of Italy is considered one of the countries of the European continent located in south-central Europe on a peninsula, and is officially known as the Republic of Italy. It includes many diverse landscapes, from the Alps and glacial lakes in the north to fiery craters and turquoise caves in the south, ending with the lower part of the country in the Mediterranean Sea, where the islands of Sicily and Sardinia are located. Italy is the land of many international works known for art, architecture, and culinary arts. It is also considered a focus of the Roman Empire and the birth of the Renaissance. Capital of Italy. Rome was chosen as the capital of Italy in 1870. Rome is currently one of the most visited cities in the world, and the population of the city of Rome is 2.9 million people, while the population of the entire province of Rome is 4.3 million people. The city has been an important center of the Roman Catholic Church for centuries, and is home to St. Peter's Basilica and the Vatican City. Italy's total area is 301,340 km2. Of this, 294,140 square kilometers is land, while the water area is 7,200 km2. The main territory of Italy extends south to the Mediterranean Sea as a long peninsula. It is surrounded to the west by the Tyrrhenian Sea, to the east by the Adriatic Sea, and to the south by the Ionian Sea. It is bordered by France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia, represented by the Alps mountain range to the north. There are also several islands belonging to Italy. The largest are Sicily 25,708 km2 and Sardinia 24,090 km2. The climate. Italy is located in the geographically moderate climate range. However, there is a clear difference in the climate of different regions. The climate of northern Italy, which is close to the European continent, differs from its south, which is surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea. Sardinia, for example, is subject to the winds of the Atlantic Ocean, while Sicily is subject to the African winds. To better visualize the climate and provide examples of its differences in different directions and regions, in the north, where the Alps are, the mountain climate prevails, and snow falls there in the winter, and precipitation is greater in the eastern Alps than in the western, because the climate of the eastern regions in Italy is naturally colder than the western regions. The eastern regions are characterized by lower temperatures, rainfall, and dry, cold winds with storms that may reach speeds of up to 200 kilometers per hour, while the western regions are characterized by higher temperatures and dry, hot winds. Around the lakes, the climate is usually more moderate. Tourism in Italy. Italy is considered one of the most beautiful tourist destinations in the world due to the attractiveness of its nature, culture, and history, and tourists visit it for cultural, coastal, therapeutic, religious, sports, and other tourism. Its most beautiful tourist destinations. 1. The Colosseum. It is considered a huge Roman amphitheater and is located in the city of Rome. It has seats for more than 50,000 spectators. Emperor Vespasian ordered its construction around the year 70-72 as a gift to the Romans. After nearly a decade, it was officially opened by Governor Titus, son of Emperor Vespasian, in the year 80 AD. 2. Pompeii. It is located about 26 kilometers southeast of Naples, and is considered the most visited archaeological site in the world, due to the presence of many well-preserved ruins left behind of a city buried on Vesuvius in 79 AD. 3. Castel Sant'Angelo. The castle of Sant'Angelo, which was known as Hadrian's Mausoleum, is located in Rome. It was built by Emperor Hadrian as his mausoleum after he was inspired by the mausoleum of Augustus. He and Emperor Antoninus Pius were buried there with their wives and children. 4. Boboli Gardens. It is located behind the Pitti Palace in Florence. It was designed in a modern and geometric style from the Italian Renaissance to be suitable for activities and competitions in the Medici Square. The Italians have preserved it today as a public park containing statues from different historical eras and distinctive facilities such as the Artichoke Fountain, the Porcelain Museum, and an amphitheater in the shape of a horseshoe. 5. The Egyptian Museum. The Egyptian Museum in Turin is the oldest Egyptian museum in the world. It was founded in 1824 The museum is dedicated exclusively to ancient Egyptian history and arts. Egyptian history was the focus of interest for many historical scholars at the time, and that is why the city of Turin is known as the city where Egyptology began. 6. The Leaning Tower of Pisa. It is considered one of the medieval buildings and is famous for its leaning from the center column as a result of a defect in its foundations. It was known as the Bell Tower. It is the third and last building of the Italian cathedral complex in the city of Pisa. Its construction began in 1173 from white marble, and then stopped for about a century as a result of the war between the Italian cities. This is most likely the reason behind its steadfastness and not collapsing after discovering the error in its foundations and its inclination, which reached 5.5 degrees from the center column. The engineers responsible for the construction were alerted and tried to repair it, and they succeeded in reducing the inclination to 4 degrees. 7. San Marco Square, one of the most famous Italian squares and the main gathering place in Venice. It is surrounded by many cafes, shops and museums, and is home to two of Venice's most important monuments, the Basilica of San Marco and the Doge's Palace. 8. Vatican Museums and the Sistine Chapel. The Sistine Chapel was built during the reign of Sixtus IV, from whom the temple took its name. It was initially a private temple for the popes, then it remained for centuries until now the place for the election of the new pope. Its fame is due to the frescoes that adorn its walls and the vault in it. The Sistine Temple is located inside the Vatican Museums, and visiting it is an opportunity to enjoy the full treasures and arts of the Vatican Museums. The most important tourist cities in Italy. Rome. Rome is the birthplace of Western civilization and the Roman Republic, and the third most visited city in Europe. It includes buildings with charming architecture and is full of ancient palaces, churches, theaters, and libraries that are distinguished by their antique details. When you visit Rome, you will feel as if you are inside an open-air museum. This is thanks to its landmarks being close to each other, which allows you to discover many landmarks within a short period of time. Milan. The city of Milan is widely known as the capital of fashion and one of the most beautiful places to visit when tourism in Italy, not to mention its fame in the field of business and football. You cannot miss the historical beauty of the city, which is full of archaeological and cultural places that are in harmony with the beauty of nature. If you visit Milan, Italy, we advise you to visit the Leonardo da Vinci Museum, the Theatre Museum in La Scala, and the Milan Cathedral. Venice. Italian Venice is a dream for all travel and tourism lovers around the world, and it is also called Venice. The city is located on the most beautiful water canals and is bordered on the outskirts by a group of ancient buildings and palaces. When visiting Venice, Italy, you can wander the maze of cobblestone streets and eat delicious Italian cuisine, not to mention discovering the hidden corners that inspired some of the world's great artists. Como. It is worth that the city of Como, Italy, is widely known because it contains the charming Lake Como, the lush mountain ranges, and a group of buildings and palaces that reflect authentic Italian splendor, not to mention the Alps, the Social Theater, the Volta Lighthouse, Castello Albaredello Castle, and more distinctive tourist attractions. And now with the most beautiful landscapes in Italy. Enjoy watching.
you.